Hey guys, welcome to another segment on my channel. I guess we call it a mugcast or deep fried friends. Cause I'm gonna have friends on here, like my brother. He's my friend.
Yo, even though we're related, we like literally best friends.
All right, let's get into it. The time we faced Doom. All right, for this first segment, we're going to be talking about the first time we listened to Doom and our thoughts and first impressions on him. So I brought my brother on board because he's the one that put me onto a lot of music, Doom included, which is like probably my favorite rapper of all time. Like it's definitely in the top 3 consistently. Like he's always up in the top 3. So my introduction to Doom was through Hoe Cakes. You showed me Hoe Cakes.
Killer. Really
good first song. If you got a friend you're trying to put onto Doom, show him Hoe Cakes. That beat was just so weird for me at the time. It was like and then he's just like, I got this girl trying to dupa King Koopa TV blooper, and I never noticed rhyme scheme until like that moment. I really remember being like, whoa, like this is so weird that he's like rhyming King Koopa with TV bloopa, and like the pronunciation's like a certain way so that he can rhyme it that way. And I never noticed that before because up till that point, the only hip hop I ever listened to was like radio hip hop, I guess. And there's nothing wrong with that. I love the bling era, but that was all I was into.
Your boy, little baby UGGMUGG, will be rocking David Banner as loud as the speakers could go. And it'd be like, stunting is a habit, put it in the air.
Man, I saw that music video. He had the Chevy with the butterfly doors. I love that song. But yeah, it's like that, Lil Jon, Lil Wayne, those were all classics at the time. So hearing MFDOOM was just, I don't know, it was like a breath of fresh air, and it was just so different. And I started to appreciate more and more from him each listen. So I'd like listen to other songs, and I'd notice more things that just make hip hop so great, like the production or the choice in samples and the skits. And that opened up the doors for Deltron when he showed me him.
Oh, he's so good.
Tribe Called Quest, Aesop Rock, like all this abstract rap, and I just love MFDOOM for that, and I'm glad you showed me Doom. But yeah, that's like my experience with them. Do you want to share yours?
Yeah. So it was the year 2002 or 2003, I can't remember precisely. Your boy was going through some changes. I was just getting to junior high, man, and it's such an odd time in your life. Like you're starting to become a teenager, you're getting older, things are just changing. You're getting hair where you never had hair before. You're becoming a man. But so anyway, I get to junior high, and I'm starting to make some friends and meet new people from other schools that weren't at my school before. And I met my friend Spencer, and Spencer very quickly became one of my best friends and still is one of my best friends to this day. One thing that I love about this kid more than anything is he showed me tons of music. And one of the things that he showed me ended up being MFDOOM. And this was around Christmas time. And Spence got the hookup from his parents, man. They bought him an iPod. And that was a big-ass deal.
That's a huge flex.
Dude, there were still Discmans. Like, so you had, like, a whole ass CD in this round thing, and it'd skip all the time.
You try to fit it in your pocket.
Yeah. And then it would scratch the CDs being in your pocket because it was sideways. It was the worst. But anyway, sorry. He got an iPod, and I remember we were all amazed by it to begin with. But he loaded all this music onto it, and we'd ride the bus home together, and he'd show me music. This is just like was our routine. So one day he's like, dude, I'm going to show you this rapper that I love. And I'm like, all right, sweet. And he pulls up Operation Doomsday and starts playing it. And right from the get-go, I was a dorky-ass kid, so I liked comic books. I liked the cartoons that were with comic books. And so I'm starting to kind of like recognize like the theme and the old cheesy sound that was on those old like Fantastic Four cartoons, And I'm like, whoa, this is cool. And then he starts rapping, and he's amazing. His voice is super unique. He's so cool. And I loved him. I thought he was so cool. And it's kind of what you were saying, how I didn't appreciate like rhyme schemes. Like the middle of a rhyme would rhyme with the middle of another one, and so would the ends of a bar.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's so cool. Like there's these videos that break down his songs and like how much of different lines rhyme with different.
They start running out of colors because there's so many rhymes. Like,
it's so crazy
intertwined in that.
So I remember that blowing my head up, like, whoa, what the freak, bro? And I just loved it. And then also with the persona, which Oh man, it's just the coolest persona ever, man. Like others have tried and they just don't get nearly as close. Captain Murphy's pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
But like, man, Doctor Doom in the comic books is just the baddest of the bad. He can kill anybody. He can kill Thanos. Any bad guy comes up against him, tries to read his mind, and he's like, oh, you petulant fool, and all this stuff. Like, he's just not fazed by anybody, dude. He knows he's the baddest. He knows that he could destroy anybody who wants to destroy, and he doesn't need to because he's smarter than him. And so kind of like already having that knowledge of Doctor Doom, I was like going into this with like, whoa, this the rapper Doctor Doom, this is so cool. Like, he knows his bars are iller than everybody else. He knows he's way better than everybody else. The production's on point. Like, he just didn't even have to worry about any other rappers. And dude, I just instantly fell in love. Like, he's so cool.
Like on the poster you're saying, like, he came to destroy
yeah,
rap.
it's like the coolest thing ever. Like, he's not here to rap, he's here to destroy rap.
Yeah, for real. Like how Doctor Doom is for the kids and Doom's for the kids.
Yeah,
so sick.
I love it. And I just instantly fell in love. And you were saying, like, man, he's just always been in the top 3. He'll like occasionally rotate out into like 2 or 3, but man, quickly comes back to number 1.
Yeah, his spot is secured
in the top 3. It's never going from the top 3.
Oh man.
All right, this next section is going to be covering world domination. Basically, it's just kind of incredible to look back and see all the things that Doom did that were super weird, dude.
Yeah.
Like crazy weird.
Yeah.
And especially at the time, I remember seeing some of these and being like, what is he doing? But dude was so ahead of his time. So one of the things that I had seen and I loved was the Nike Dunks. Those were the coolest shoes, and they've aged well, honestly. Like, they still look cool, but it was just weird to like see a rapper collabing and making shoes, and now you have Kanye West and Adidas like making Yeezys, and rappers collabing all the time on shoes. Like, it's a pretty common thing nowadays.
Yeah, like everyone has like a shoe collab.
Oh yeah, everybody. And it was so strange at the time. Like, what is he doing? This is crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Or like the Kid Robot.
I loved that thing.
Like, dude, that doll is just going up in price too, which sucks. Like, I want one. But yeah, like, that's just so strange too, because it's like you had, I don't even know, you'd say like Travis Scott has like his rodeo doll, or you know, I guess it's like a figurine. He did the Houston Rockets bobblehead, and like that's not that weird anymore. But for him to like go and do that collab, and it's like the little guy from the All Caps music video, like the big Doom holding the briefcase. That's so cool that he went and did that. That's so weird. Or he did the lunchbox as well, for Operation Doomsday, and like that's just so tight to have like a lunchbox with that on it, as well as the little circle tin for Operation Doomsday.
like an old film.
Yeah,
that thing was so cool.
And it's like, I love that about Doom, is he's like always putting out these weird, outlandish things, and I always feel like it's him coming up with it too. Like, there's probably some people involved in the creative process, but I know like he's at like the helm of it, because they're just so weird and out there.
I love it, and it's like groundbreaking, because now you have Travis Scott freaking doing a McDonald's collaboration. Tell him Cactus Jack sent you.
Or he's like on a Reese's Puffs box.
Yeah, I forgot about.
And like, I could easily see Doom doing like a cereal collab.
Oh yeah, he totally would have.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then also there's album collaborations, which again, amazing. So like, honestly, one of my favorite albums by Doom and the coolest collaboration is Danger Doom. Again, weird ass Doom, Adult Swim, and Danger Mouse. Like, two really bizarre things for Doom to be collabing with, and it made an awesome album, dude. Like, again, the nerdy side of me like immediately loved that album.
Yeah.
Like, I love it when he's like, scared of a bunch of water to get out the rain, order a rapper for lunch and spit out the chain. Like, it's just more of that, like,
such a villain.
I know, he's so cool. And like, just the like having all the Aqua Teen Hunger Force on there.
Yeah, like, hey, it's Shake. I got a lot of projects I'm doing, like, but I could make time for this. And then by the end of it, he's like, hey, Effer, put me on the album. But he's like, but keep me in mind in the future if there's any other collabs you're doing.
It's so funny. I love that album. And it was just like, dude, what a bizarre concept.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna grab Adult Swim,
and
I'm gonna grab a freaking Danger Mouse of all people, and we're gonna make a whole album together. And now, dude, like, Captain Murphy was on Adult Swim.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Run the Jewels has been on there.
Yeah, or like Loiter Squad.
Yeah, Loiter Squad. Like, it's so cool, man. He pioneered it, and Adult Swim honestly has been like the coolest place for rappers ever since. Like, just so cool, man. I loved it.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, again, like, for Doom being for the kids, who did Neruvian Doom.
Oh, hell yeah.
Which is like, I'm so mixed on it. Like, I love the album. But it's like, damn, why you gotta grab like Bishop Naru? Like, why don't you go grab this other rapper? Like, or like, I don't know. But it's so cool that he went and just like heard Bishop Naru, and he's just like, all right, I'll do a whole project with this kid.
Yeah, a whole album.
And like, give him like beats. Like I'm gonna give him these
oh
beats
my.
I've had for years, and like he is 100% okay to rap over these and get money from this. Like so crazy.
So cool.
And like his mask during that era was all red.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then he had the camo one. So sick, dude.
Oh man, and like I don't know, it's just cool, man. Like he broke ground again, like another rapper, like reaching out to someone that, dude, I had never heard of.
Yeah, me
Bishop
neither.
Ever. And it was just like I thought that was dope, even though yeah, the album is really good, not the best, but it was just like I loved it, man. I'm like, damn, dude, Doom really is for the kids.
Yeah. And then like Mad Villain, like of course that's the biggest. That's like the best like album collaboration. Everyone always talks about it.
What was the space thing that you told me?
Oh yeah, with Flying Lotus. He like tweeted out this thing. I'm just paraphrasing it. I'll put the tweet on screen, but he was saying something like, if we had to pick one album to represent hip hop and give to the aliens, it would be this album. We would pack it up. It's done. That's raps or something like that.
So
and
cool.
it's true. Like that is just such a weird album. The beats are great on it, and it's one of the best collab albums of all time. And that opened up the doorways for Bandana, Pinata,
Run the Jewels, even.
Run the Jewels. Yeah.
Weird collaboration.
Because it's just like, oh, like Killer Mike is just like, yo, I'm gonna have LP do all my beats.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm only doing one song. And he's
No, you're
like,
doing all the rap music.
He's doing all of rap music. And then they're just in the studio like, fuck it, let's do a collab album.
And then I love it too on rap music. This is sidetrack, but I love when he's like, all the beats were made by Jamie randomly halfway through.
Oh, it's so cool, man. It's so and like even Alchemist, like he's done a lot of albums. Like he did Alfredo.
Yeah,
he did one with Action Bronson. It was like a little EP.
Yeah.
And then he's working on one with Earl Sweatshirt, and it's like
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just like a normal thing now, where it's like all these people come together to collab on an album, and it's been more popular, and it's been brought more to the mainstream with like Watch the Throne, Kids See Ghost.
Yeah. Oh my dude, yeah.
And it's crazy.
And they're amazing albums, like, and again, like pioneering, dude. And then you had like rumors of Doomstarks that was, popping up, and they'd put out songs every so often, and they were sick. And then like just nowadays, not everyone, but you get these super high quality projects where people are trying their best. And I would even argue that Jay Electronica's album is like a freaking
it's like Jay-Z and
he's like
Jay
in all of them.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah,
and
me
so,
too.
I don't know, man. I've always appreciated him for that. And the albums just breaking grounds and doing strange things. And then you have like the Starface one.
Oh yeah,
that was way cool.
Way cool.
I loved it.
That's like a match made in heaven too, because I heard Czarface, I was like, oh, this dude loves Doom. And it's like, of course, like he's associated with Wu-Tang Clan, and all Wu-Tang Clan loves him. But yeah, it's just so cool how many collabs have come out since then. It just opened up those doors, like we said.
Yeah, well, because like Kids See Ghosts is like one of my favorite projects from both those guys.
Yeah, me too.
And it's just like it never would have like happened unless someone broke the ground to begin with.
Yeah, because it's a big risk as an artist. It's like, oh, like I'm gonna be making half of it, but putting in just as much or if more work. But you're doing it for the music and you're doing it for the art at the end of the day. And like, I don't know, Mad Villain's so cool. Like I go into that, like all the documentaries I've watched on it, where it's like, yeah, me and Doom like stayed in this like mansion in LA, and we'd only see each other just to take shrooms. And I just like picture like Doom in like a room writing, and he's just high off shrooms, and he's just like, yeah, more than Cheetos, Fritos, Doritos, like writing that down. Or like, dude, like him just coming up with the concept of being like, I'm gonna make this track where MFDOOM steals my girl, and I'm rapping as Victor Vaughn. It's like, dude, that shit's so funny.
It's so funny.
And he's just like mad that this dude that wears a mask 24/7 stole his girl. Like that's the funniest shit ever. Like I love that.
Yeah, and also something that I had never actually noticed until you pointed it out to me. Mad Villain has no hooks.
Yeah, I only know that because there's that meme where it's like the virgin Mad Villain and the Chad food, because it's like has hooks, has like samples that people actually know, like all this stuff.
Oh, I love it. It's so cool, man. Just groundbreaking. Ah,
for sure. Rhymes like dimes. So for this segment, we're going to choose one rapper to talk about who was influenced by Doom. We're only going to choose one. There's so many to choose from, just to keep it kind of a little shorter. And then after that, we'll talk about our favorite tracks and also albums that we just love. So I'll start off with Captain Murphy. So Captain Murphy, I've talked about him before on the channel. He is definitely influenced by MFDOOM. They both, hid their identity. And that's what's so cool about Doom. not a lot of people don't know about him, and like there's a lot of people that find out like, oh, this dude was in KMD, like huge fans, and I love that about it. Or they'll be like, oh, he's Victor Vaughn, what the hell?
I love it. It's so cool.
Like, that's so cool. And so, you know, Captain Murphy did that, but like in his own way. Like he had the promotional thing, like the promotional cartoons with Adult Swim, and then from there people were guessing who it was, and I was convinced it was Tyler. I was just like, this sounds like Tyler. And the thing that really made me believe that is Earl did this interview with Sway in the Morning, and on there he called in and was like, are you gonna work with Captain Murphy? And I could tell like Earl was like laughing, like low key. He was just like, oh yeah, I'll work with Captain Murphy. And I was like, it has to be Tyler. Finding out it was Flying Lotus was just so weird to me. I was just shocked by that. But anyway, back to the music. Captain Murphy like uses a ton of samples in his music. One of the ones I love the most is he used a RoboCop sample, which is so tight, where she's like, Murphy.
Yeah.
And it's like when he wakes up in his RoboCop.
I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
dude.
You're right.
Like when I heard that, I was like, shit, like that's so cool.
Dude, I totally
And
forgot.
like and then there's like other parts where he's like, when the world turns, it's like it's gonna all burn down like Mr. Burns or something like that. I can't remember the line exactly. And then you hear like Homer falling down the cliff in The Simpsons. It's like don't. And it's little things like that are so cool. And Doom definitely made that a thing. Any rapper that does that, it's obviously influenced by Doom. And I know that Captain Murphy, you know, got that from Doom. And I mean, even on Between Friends, he had him featured on, or Between Villains, which was a later track he released. MFDOOM hopped on that as well.
So cool.
And so you got like the Doom approval for him paying homage to him. So I love that about him. So yeah, I'd go with Captain Murphy.
Yeah, and then the one that I chose is Earl's Sweatshirt. So your boy hooked it up and showed me Earl. I had never heard of him before, and I love Doris. Doris is an awesome album. But when I was listening to it, I was thinking, dang, like this is very similar.
This Doom Jr.
It's Doom Jr. over here, which is probably why I love Earl so much, honestly, is you can tell like the influence. The beats are like kind of slow like Doom's are, and it relies more on like wordplay, you know, like some of the songs on Doris are amazing, like just because they rhyme in the middle and at the end, you know,
and he'll rhyme off beat sometimes too,
and I love it. But anyway, you can tell that he's totally influenced. I saw a meme and it was like talking about how growing up Earl must have, when he got in trouble, been grounded to his room and made to listen to Madville until he like memorized it, because it's crazy. You could just like hear the influence in all of his songs, and I love it. Like it's so cool, and I just appreciate that he has such a love for MFDOOM. And also he was on Adult Swim, which is crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And that's all because of Doom. Like he pioneered that.
He
so
broke
crazy.
ground.
I love it. So I'll start off with my favorite tracks. I kind of mentioned this earlier. Fancy Clown is just so freaking funny to me. Like the fact that Doom is talking about himself having his girl stolen by his other alter ego is just so damn funny. That'll never not be old to me. Definitely me and my brother love That's That.
Oh yeah.
And just that ending is just so cool that he sang.
Can it be I stayed away too long?
And it's not even cheesy. It's like the
so
most Doom
good.
thing ever. Of course, I love One Beer. That sample is just incredible on there. That tune gets stuck in my head nonstop, like do 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 do. And, Red and Gold is good. I love the way that beat sounds. And Potholders is just incredible. I love that song. So those would be my favorite tracks.
Hell yeah. I'd say to start out with, Vomit Spit is one of my favorite songs by him, because you know Food came out and I listened to it, and like right off the bat it starts with this like villainous laughter, you know. It's like wow, and then it just gets into it, and I love that song so freaking much. You feel it in the street sometimes. It's so cool. I love it. And then Strange Ways is another one of my favorites.
Damn, I love that song.
And I love that freaking music video so much. It's such a good music video. Rap Snitches is the best.
Oh yeah, that is one of few times, sorry to like pop in, that Doom been outshined on his own track. Yeah. And like people might hate me for that comment, but like dude, Mr. Fantastic kills it.
Yeah, when I was a kid and that came out, I was like, Mr. Fantastic MF, it's just another persona.
Could you imagine?
I was convinced, man. Love it. And then on Danger Doom has some of my favorite tracks just overall. Like I love Sofa King. Such a good song. And then Benzie Box is like one of my favorites, man. Such an underrated song, and CeeLo kills it.
Yeah,
holy
he does.
cow, I love it. I love Black Debbie. I love that song.
What is that one called for?
Yeah, I don't remember, but I just remember the
skit.
funny sample. Yeah, the skit, because you know she's black. Like
it's like true Doom rolled through with the whole crew for still an old brew. Who told you?
Yeah, I love it. I love it, man. It's so cool.
Classic Doom right there.
But like those are just a handful, man. There's so many good ones. ones. And then recently too, I've been getting into Victor Vaughn a lot more, and just kind of like, you know, hearing a lot of them. By the way, Saliva is the best Victor Vaughn song. I love that song so much. And Vaudeville Villain, so good.
I love those open mic parts of the album too, because it's just like you have these really good rappers come on, you have that like nerdy one come on, and then like Doom comes on and like just kills it. And, yeah, it's a great album.
That is.
But yeah, so favorite projects, dude, it's been switching a lot.
Yeah,
that's what's gonna make this segment hard. But like right now, I've been listening to Born Like This a lot more since we last, you know, like we're talking about this.
Yeah, for sure.
Born Like This is hella underrated.
It is so underrated.
And it's like, the thing about it is, you showed me Doom before that came out, but like I wasn't keeping up with releases, so I didn't get to appreciate that album when it dropped.
Yeah.
It's like the first album I listened to, and I like went to the store to get, I think I have it on CD at least. I know I don't have it on vinyl, but CD was JJ Doom.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So like that one I was anticipating, following it on Twitter and all that stuff. But yeah, Born Like This, I kind of missed, and I've been listening to that like so much. Like you got that track with Dilla on it. You got like all these features like Ghostface, and it's just that's probably my favorite album right now. Well, not my favorite, that's my second favorite.
Yeah.
And then I'd probably say Danger Doom. That's always in rotation. I love the way he raps on there. Like there's just some clever bars, and I love the production. It's just so crisp, it's so polished, it's perfect.
Yeah, Danger Mouse killed it, man.
He did.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man,
so good.
And then Food, of course. Like those are my three.
Classics.
I'm not hating on Mad Villain. I don't need any comments that's like no Mad Villain slander. No, Mad Villain's a 10. All these albums are 10s that I'm mentioning.
True. It's hard to pick 3 10s out of a bunch of 10s.
I feel like a proud parent, and I'm just like, oh, don't make me choose between my kids.
Not my baby.
Like I can't choose who I love more than the other. But yeah, so those are probably the 3 I love the most right now, because like I don't know, Food, like the hooks are so catchy. Some of the bars on there are so good. Like we're talking about Deep Fried Friends, where he's like talking about like, don't have bum ass friends that like only need you for some weed, or like, you know, like when like you got to turn that deaf ear to the cellular phone.
Oh,
like,
I love that bar.
It's just like so cool. Like I don't know, I love that album, the way he ties in like each track, like naming it after a food, but then it's also like tied to like a life lesson.
Yeah,
it's so damn genius. And then like, dude, Genesis, I don't remember that that MC's name is, but she kills it whenever he has her on a track.
She's the best, man. She kills it.
Yeah, but yeah, I'd probably say those are my 3. Sorry.
Hell yeah. No, I totally agree. Danger Doom is one of my favorites. I just love how like in left field that album is, and like you got these crazy like Meatball is on there, you know, rapping like other Doom lines.
The Meatball. What is it? I'm sorry to interrupt again.
No, he's like, yeah, my name is. No, that's not.
It's what's the bald guy? The neighbor.
I don't know his name.
I can't remember, but there's one where he's like, oh, you gotta. I don't know if it's him. I don't watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force that much, so I don't know the characters as well. But where he's like, oh, you need something that white people like some like REO Speedwagon. And then at the end of the album, it's like Meatwat's like, he's like, beef rap can leave to get T-Cap, so he like stills beef rap. And then he's like, he sings that REO Speedwagon song too.
Can it be down now?
And then he's like, yeah, there you got it.
There, you're no Doom, but it's so cool, man. I love that album, and it's just like, even just talking about it, bro, like I'm getting all gassed up, and like it just makes me smile. Like it's just such a fun project, and it's so enjoyable to listen to. Yeah, and it is like criminally underrated. I would totally agree. Born Like This, man, is so underrated. When it came out, I remember I listened to it, and the skits just turned me off almost like too quickly.
Super villain.
Yeah, it's like villain.
I couldn't get him before he got to the studio.
But like, man, so I would say Danger Doom is one of the top ones for me right now, and then Operation Doomsday is like, seriously, is like one of my favorite albums. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Just everything on there so like excellent. I think the only thing is that the production is old and it's dated. Yeah. But there's, I mean, it's from 1999. You can't do anything about that unless someone goes and remasters it. Yeah, you know?
But it's still classic.
Classic.
It's so good. Oh.
Yeah, and then Food would be my other one. I love that album so much.
So perfect.
It's so perfect. And the skits are just like the right length, and they're goofy, like that. Like, you know how I got so strong?
Yeah, dude. And it's like,
eating all this stuff.
I don't know what Doom was thinking, but it doesn't bother me that he put 3 skits in a row sandwiched between this album. It's like, I don't know if it's like a bold move or just kind of dumb. But like, dude, I'll get to that part in the album, and it's like, oh, from eating all this stuff. It's just like so funny. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this works. And whatever.
I don't know. It's so strange. And then like, at the beginning too, and he's like, I'm so hungry, I need some food.
We need food.
Yeah.
I love what Mos Def is in the studio rapping bars from Doom, and he like mimics that. He's like, we need food. It's so funny.
And then I like when he's like, let me just munch up a little bit. Like, it's like so many like memorable little parts in the album.
Oh, or like where Spider-Man's like, oh, Doom, I should have brought my autograph book.
yeah,
and he's
yeah.
like, your attempts at humor bore me.
Yeah.
It's so good, man.
I love it. Like those three, I love them. And again, yeah, totally agree. Mad Villain is like an 11, but it's just hard to pick. You know, it's like, what is my most listened to? And those are definitely my 3 most listened to. I freaking love them. They're so good.
Yeah, quick side note. I just want to throw this in here. This is crazy. I don't know if you've seen this yet. So there's a YouTube channel called Your Friend Pros, and he took all the samples from Food, and he has them playing like the visuals of them. So like the parts
From
of the cartoons, that weird part where it's like, you know how I got so strong from eating all this stuff. So it's
That's
like
a sample too, like from a cartoon.
Not from a cartoon. It's like this weird like public access television show, I think. But this dude went through and he put it all into a movie.
No
so you can
way.
listen to the album and watch it like as the samples are happening. It is so crazy. After you're done with this video, go check that out. Again, it's Your Friend Pros. Just look up Food the movie and it will pop up. It is the craziest thing ever.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I was watching that the other night and I was like, damn, this is so cool. Like,
I would love that because some of the like cartoons, like
Yeah.
I watched them.
yeah.
So I would love to like.
They like pop up and it's that segment. It's so good.
Oh man.
And then like during the songs, they'll play the whole song too. It has like different visuals, and if a sample's in there, it'll pop up with the sample.
Yo,
It's
I'm
so
gonna check that out.
genius.
That's
like
so cool.
that guy really took time and put some like tender love and care into that. But yeah, check that out, guys.
All right, so we're gonna call this part Doomsday. We're just gonna kind of wrap up some final thoughts, talk about Doom, why it means so much to both of us. So I can kind of get into it a little bit here. Honestly, like Doom was just there through all like the most awkward times in life, and it's just crazy, man. Like thinking I'm like, you know, super awkward, and I'm like getting new friends and turning into an adult, and just like all through my life, man. Like he's always been there with me. And I don't know, like I always had like kind of a love for him, but I'd say the main thing 100% that I love Doom more than anything, and I always will, is because dude, we bonded over freaking rap music.
Yeah.
And it started with Doom, and like you're a few years younger than me, and so it was like always kind of weird because like we've always been like super close. And like I don't know, it like started the catalyst of us being like legit best friends. And I don't know, dude, like it's gonna be hard for me, man.
So good.
But anyway, like it was just like weird. Like we like got this love of music together, and man, it's just like it's so sad that he's gone. Like I don't know, like it's just I've never really been sad over like someone dying that I didn't know, and like I'm just so bummed that he's gone. It just like breaks my heart, dude, because it's like we had like all these fun times like listening to Doom, and like new stuff would come out and we'd be like amped, like yeah dude, hell yeah, we're gonna listen to some Doom. I don't know, man. I just like when we were, you know, like we didn't see each other for a few years, and oh man, that Doomsday song would make me cry, bro.
What, dude?
Ah.
That song cuts deep.
Man. But I don't know. I'm just bummed. It's kind of a huge bummer, and it's a big loss for hip hop, and I'm just bummed.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely feel the same way. I think like when a rapper dies, I get bummed, but not to like this point. Like this is weird.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm not ever looking down on people like, oh, you're sad over someone that died that you don't even know. It's like I understand it like now for sure. Like like I understand it fully because like I remember when Mac Miller died, I was like, oh, like that breaks my heart.
It's tragic.
Like it's just tragic. Like oh, he like lost his battle, and like his family just seems so bummed, like his mom, and like I was just thinking about it, and like I understand like how that feels now, because like when Doom died, that was just like so different. Like I thought it was fake. Like right off the bat I was like, oh, like my friend's sending me a fake article right now. But it hasn't really like registered until like recently. Like I'm still like in denial. Not that I don't think he didn't die or it's like some conspiracy, but it's like a part of me just like doesn't want him to die. Like it's just so fucked, man. Like what a shitty way to end the year, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the worst.
It's just like out of nowhere, it's like, oh, legendary MC passes away, like seeing that everywhere. And like that just like broke my heart, because like more than anything, I wanted some more like MFDOOM projects, and like there's just so much good stuff on the horizon. I know he wanted to work with Madlib again, and like I know Freddie Gibbs wanted to like do some stuff with him where they were like kind of battle rapping. He was like talking all the big talk, and like it wasn't like he was coming after his spot, but I knew they wanted to do something together. And it's just a bummer overall. It's definitely kind of been hard to come to grips too. Like the other day I was listening to food in the car, like started crying.
Yeah, bro.
And I was like, oh shit. It's a shitty feeling. That's the best way to describe it.
Dude,
honestly.
And the end of that's that.
Oh yeah.
Like, did you miss these rhymes when I was gone? I'm like, yeah, bro.
I'm like, bro, we miss you. Like, come back.
Ah, freaking.
But yeah, I love MF Doom. He's inspired me a lot, and it's no secret with this channel. Doom is the reason why like UGGMUGG's even a thing. Like I'll even say that now. I don't know. It's just like such a positive message, and it's like the most genuine I think a rapper's ever been when they say be yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
And he's not even fucking saying be yourself. He's living it, and that's what I love about Doom. Is he's just like this weird ass dude that wears a mask, that raps about food, raps about like all these different things, and he just doesn't care. Like he doesn't care about like being commercial, getting radio play, none of that. And it's inspiring. Like I don't know, UGGMUGG's all caps, wears a bag over his head. You know what I mean? It's its own thing, and that's because of Doom.
Yeah, I think kind of to that point, like if you be yourself and you're truly yourself, people will love you.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're genuine and you just are who you are, like everyone's gonna love you, and everyone loves Doom, and he's just himself, dude. No one else, non-apologetic, and like I've always loved that about him. He's just the best, and he's gonna be super missed.
I think one thing too, I'm gonna go on a rant real quick, and it involves gatekeeping. All right. Stop gatekeeping Doom. I'm just gonna make that very fucking clear, like abundantly clear, is what I've been seeing ever since Doom died. And it's like, I know Ninth Wonder said this, and it's like, I do agree with it to an extent, but I think people are misinterpreting it. Ninth Wonder put out a tweet, and it was like a picture of Doom on all the charts, like the top 10 charts.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, man, like I wish Brother Doom was here to see all this. Something like that. I might be getting the tweets mixed up, like to live to see this. And it's like, I get that sentiment, and it is like hard to see that. But at the end of the day, it's like Doom was appreciated and loved by so many rappers and like respected and regarded as one of the best when he was here. He saw a lot of that. But the main point I want to get across is it's like, dude, if there's someone that is listening to Doom for the first time, don't be like stupid about it.
Yeah,
like
be amped for him.
Yeah, like let him enjoy it. Cause it's like, I say this in the comments all the time when I'm responding to them on my gatekeeping video. I wish I could be a new fan.
Yeah.
All these like people listening to Mad Villain for the first time and like just being like fucking confused.
Yeah.
Like that sounds so awesome. Like I remember being there and being like, what is this? And like,
where are the hooks?
just like hearing what's the last track called? Cowboy? Is it No, not Cowboy.
Not Rhinestone Cowboy?
Yeah, Rhinestone Cowboy.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
Rhinestone Cowboy. Like hearing Doom rapping over people clapping and applauding is
So
the
weird.
weirdest shit. But like it works, and it's just so different and so cool. And it's so cool to me that like someone's gonna listen to Mad Villain for the first time, and it's gonna inspire them to be themselves, to do something great. And something about that in and of itself is beautiful. And so if you want this man's legacy to live on, if you want Doom to be remembered, don't like detract people from being put onto Doom. Like, so what if someone's only known Doom for a week? Like that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, look from an article or something, right?
Yeah, it just means that they're about to find out about some freaking brilliant music, and that's all that matters, really.
I agree. I just think like, what if like, I mean, I got shown it by a friend, and like, what if someone was like, no, you're not a real fan, and then like I got put off from it. Like a whole lifetime of enjoying this would have been like prevented. And I love what you said, dude. Like imagine hearing it for the first time
It's
again.
crazy.
Ah, man, that'd be the best thing ever.
It's
like, it's just the best. Like we shouldn't prevent people from experiencing that, you know?
Yeah, because that's what hip hop is all about. Like at the end of the day, it's just a way of expression. It's a way of like telling a story, and you know, people relate to that, and that's what's beautiful. Because like on my Cudi video, people are like, I recently got put onto Kid Cudi, and I'm like, what did you think about his first album? And it's like, because Cudi's also one of my other favorite artists, and it's so like cool hearing what people's like takes are, their opinions.
Well, and you could be like a total dick about it and be like, I've liked Kid Cudi since
Yeah,
before
like-
an album was out.
Yeah,
No.
I remember when a Kid Named Cudi dropped. Like,
Yeah.
you're not a real fan. Fuck you. Like, no,
Yeah.
that's so stupid. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sick of that.
It's the worst. And instead it's just like, yo, yes, dude, you're getting into it.
Yeah,
Like, it's
dude,
so
I
sick.
genuinely get excited. I'm like, ah, fuck. Like, this dude's gonna listen to Man on the Moon 1 for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's like, at the end of the day, don't be mad that your artist is hitting it big. Just be happy for them. Be happy that people are falling in love with their music like you once did, and it's okay. Like, don't be insecure about it. I'm not trying to be harsh here. Just be happy. Like, it's okay that other people like things that you like. You want people to succeed. You know, you want your favorite artists to succeed. And that's just the point I want to get across. It's just like, don't gatekeep this. If you've been a fan since Operation Doomsday, if you're a fan since KMD,
yeah,
who cares that new fans are finding out about it? Because I found out about them at a weird time, you know?
Yeah.
And like, my brother found out about them like right before Food dropped. And that's just how life is.
It was crazy.
And it's like, oh, sorry, I wasn't born in the 90s, like,
Yeah.
or like the 80s, so that I could experience his music in the 90s, like, because I was only like a few years old in the 90s.
Yeah, well, and then every time I've met someone that's older than me that likes Doom, like at the record store, they're always amped.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yo, you like Doom? I'm like, yeah, man. Like buying a record, you know, like Food, and it's like, that's sick, you know. I feel like overall people are really cool about it.
Yes, for
and
sure.
I just think like we need to continue that, because like people were cool to me about it, and I've been cool to others about it, and like, you know, I know you've showed tons of people Doom, and so it's like, just go out and show people, man. Like he needs to get out there, and it's like, needs to be appreciated.
Yeah, the only time I'll like say anything is if they're just like, I love MFDOOM, and it's all in undercase. I gotta be like, I gotta remind them. I'm like, bro, all caps, that's it. Like I'm glad you like the music, but all caps.
All big
it's
letters.
not my orders.
All big letters, but it ain't no acronym.
It's Doom's orders. It's not mine.
He's the best.
He is. But yeah, I'm gonna miss him. I obviously, like, it's so weird seeing like the aftermath of all of this. All these rappers coming out.
So many.
Like, and just like any artist in general. Like what's his name? Tom York from Radiohead came
that was
out.
crazy.
That was weird.
That was crazy.
I was like, what? You know?
Yeah, it was so cool.
Like even ASAP Rocky coming out was weird. I was like, what the?
Yeah, and A$AP Rock.
A$AP
that was
Rock.
so cool.
Yeah, on his Instagram story, he's rapping like word for word all these songs he loves. And there were some deep cuts too.
Yeah, so cool.
And I was like, damn. And it's like, the weird thing about all of this is seeing that these rappers that I hold to such a high level, that are just these like giants, cannot be touched.
Ghostface, all of them.
Yeah, like that don't care about streams, don't care about none of that, and they know that they're the best. They're like paying homage to a rapper that they consider is better than them. Like a lot of these rappers, that's so weird to me, because it's like A$AP like does his own thing.
Yeah,
like he doesn't care. He's like, yeah, I'll go make an album with Kimya Dawson.
Yeah.
I'll go make an album with Tobacco. Like I don't give a fuck. But it's like seeing him like getting emotional about this and being like, damn, like I lost one of my favorite rappers.
Yeah.
That's so strange to me.
I know. I love it because he really lived that persona.
Yeah.
He's Dr. Doom, dude. He knew he's better.
All these rappers are like, fuck.
But he loved everybody, and it's just like welcomed all. He'd do features for everybody, and it was just cool. Like, yeah. But it's been so surprising to see everybody coming out.
Yeah. Like Open Mike Eagle talking about how Doom gonna sell more masks than Fauci, and how he ordered a mask off of Etsy, and he's gonna wear it proudly. That's such a hard bar.
It's so cool.
And then on his Instagram, dude, he's just like, it came in the mail. Etsy, you came through, and it was a picture of like a Doom mask he got in the mail.
That's so cool.
And it's so cool.
Oh, you should show ours too.
Oh yeah. So this is strange too. Before we even knew about this news, obviously, I bought my brother a MFDOOM mask
for Christmas.
I had to. I felt like it was just like such a good way to have things come full circle in a way. So I saw it and I immediately just like ordered it. No hesitation. Didn't even look at the price. It's like, fuck it. Like I gotta get him this shit. Like he's the ultimate Doom fan. And then I recently got one too, because like I'm just worried that, you know how everything's getting up in price right now. Because, you know, it's running out of stock and it just happens. I was just like, okay, these masks are going to go up, so I'm going to buy one real quick. So I got mine. I'll show both of ours.
Yeah, they're so cool.
And they're like different. That's what I love.
Well, I love that one's like earlier on, you know how you had the dark mask?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like cool that there's the dark one and then the silver one that's like later,
It's got the little spikes on the side.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's cool. And yeah, dude, we got to get some welding masks and undo the screws on them and make them so that they flip up. Because there's that video of Doom where he comes out to perform and they think it's a fake one. And he flips up the mask. He's like, it's really me.
It's really me. It's really me.
And everyone's like, oh, like freaking out. It's the coolest video.
One other thing too that's cool about that with Doombots. Okay, nerd ass again. In the comic books, Dr. Doom is so smart that he created these things called Doombots. And the Doombots are as powerful as Dr. Doom. Like he's that good at like science, right? And so part of me was always annoyed that he did that. Like damn, why are you sending imposters?
Yeah.
But then another part of me is like, I love this. Like, you're sending your Doom bots. Like, it's, I don't know, man. It's just like he rose above it and he like was really like the villain of rap. Like, I don't know.
It's like such a middle finger to just like the whole music industry as a whole. And that's what's crazy is it's just like, I don't know. I know he would charge ridiculous prices for stuff. Like I heard like his collab with Adult Swim costed so much money because he like would be in the meeting room. He's like, oh no, like more money. And I kind of think that's why the Lost book, remember that album that was going to come out with Adult Swim?
Yeah.
The other one, I think that's why that one didn't come out.
They're like, we can't afford you.
Yeah, something like that. But I heard in an interview one time that someone asked Doom, like, why do you send Doom bots? And he was just like, when there's not enough money on the table, I send an imposter. And they're like, why do you do that? He's like, because I'm a motherfucking villain. Like, dude, you can't even be mad at that. That is the tightest thing ever.
Such a legend.
So it's just like, yeah,
Motherfucking villain.
like no one can do that. Like people have done personas well in hip hop throughout the years. Like I would even argue like Igor, like that album by Tyler, like he was dedicated. He wore the wig. He has this whole persona with it. And it's like based on true events, but he's not doing that 24/7. Yeah. And that's what's crazy about Doom.
Forever.
He was like a villain in real life, on the mic, like all the time. I'm like, I always just imagine him like just being a regular ass dude getting groceries, but he's wearing his mask, like just in the grocery aisle, and people are looking at him like, what the hell?
Who is this weirdo? And he's short.
Yeah, he's just a short little villain. But yeah.
Oh my hell, dude.
Yeah, Doom's a legend.
I never heard that story. That's amazing.
Yeah, the one about the concert.
The villains.
Yeah.
I'm a motherfucking villain.
Like, why would you do that? It's just like, I'm a villain, bro. Y'all knew this. I don't need to reiterate it. But yeah, anyways, thanks for coming on, bro.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
I appreciate it a lot. My brother wrote the notes for this video. I'll take a photo of it and show it here. His handwriting's on point, but we jotted out what we wanted to talk about. Let me know what you guys think of this format too. I think it'd be fun. I can definitely have my brother back on. We always talk music anyways, so might as well record it. I'll still be making other videos too, so don't think I'm just like, oh, I hit 2,000 subscribers, so we're going with the podcast now, boys. We're selling out. No, that's not it at all. I still want to put like time and effort into my videos, and this one, hopefully the editing will turn out where you're like, damn, this boy's still putting in work.
Hell yeah.
I don't know, but again, thank you guys for 2,000 subscribers. Shit's insane. I was refreshing it like crazy last night because it was stuck on 199 and so 1,999. I mean, and I was just like, come on. And it's like 3 in the morning, and then it switched. And I was like, oh.
At work, I always check it at work. I'm like refreshing on my work computer. I'm like, oh. It's so cool.
It's so funny because one of my best friends, like a while back, he was texting when I was at like 800 subscribers, and he said this. He's like, you excited to hit 1,000 subscribers today? And I was like, oh, you're joking. I'm like working all day, and by the end of the day I like refresh it and it's at like 1,050.
It was so cool.
And I was like, what the fuck? So it's like, it's corny. Every YouTuber says this. I couldn't have done it without y'all. Thanks again. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, and shout out to our sponsor, Pepsi Fire.
No, not Pepsi Fire. Oh man.
Pepe Fuego.
But yeah, that's been the UGGcast. Deep fried friends. Yeah, a good time. Thank
What's
you
up, guys. Rest in peace, Doom.
Rest in peace, Doom.